what's up? Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem.
Let's do it.
Let's get some. But before we get to question, one last thing.
Yeah.
4 reasons last week that you said to only take 4 swing trades and 4 day trades. And
yeah, I saw some.
That's a year or a month?
In a year.
In a year. 4 swing trades and 4 day trades in a. Can you just explain the different, like what's a swing trade for anybody that's new?
Swing trade, I would define anything that is from 30 days to 180 days for like simple terms. So it's not quite an investment. It's not quite a day trade. It's like in the middle. Because I was seeing some commentary of people being like, well, maybe if you have a bigger account, you can do that. Even if you have a small account, I still want you to do that until we understand what the Fed is going to do. We don't know what the actual tapering cycle is going to be. Powell has managed as well as he could. I think he's done, and maybe sacrilegious for some people that study the Fed, but I think he's done a better job than Alan Greenspan. But he's in a very precarious situation or predicament. So we don't know what the cycle is. So when you don't know what those big macro things, please write this down if you're first time listening or you need to be reminded. I've told you before, 2020, inverted yield curve, most important indicator, number 2, quantitative easing. The technicals don't mean anything, technically, like, because technicals are not a concrete floor or a concrete ceiling. It is what the Fed does and the monetary policy that they put forward that determines everything. So if you don't know what the monetary policy is going to be, how much they're going to raise interest rates, you can't take 20 trades. Last year it was easy because it was just a free-for-all. I always go back to that steroids analogy. Man, it was easy to get 50 home runs and everybody passed up King Griffey. Now we get to see who can really trade, who can really invest. What is your edge? Fewer shots. Fewer shots. For all my hoopers, if I gave you 8 shots in a game, 4 threes and 4 15-footers, how good are you going to do? When people get into trouble, and we've seen, and Kathy is one of the greatest investors of our era. Arguably, you guys can go play the tape. I told you before everyone she was going to get attacked. Yes or no, right? You can see that active trading and rotational trading and taking hundreds of trades doesn't work at scale with her fund. Not picking on her. Mm-hmm. But when you actively are entering new positions, so think of it like this. If you have, I'd rather have 4 big, huge ships to fight the battle for me opposed to 80 speedboats. Every time she puts on a new position, it immediately can be attacked. So in that way, you're never able to get momentum. If you build a base in a great company, Apple, Microsoft, AMD, NVIDIA, Square, you guys should have been looking at Ally, not because they're sponsored, because I don't.
But the thing is not to just say that, but I was actually thinking about this today with Ally. Ally
they're sleeping on Ally.
They're interesting for a few different reasons. They're very innovative, but I'm gonna say this. I'm not joking when I say this. I'm actually being serious about this. You really have to take. You have to look at a company serious that has the foresight and vision to invest in programs like Market Mondays and people like Earn Your Leisure, because that lets me know that they're forward thinking, they're progressive, and they have a vision. Mm-hmm. Trust me, I'm not tooting our own horn, but I'm serious. I thought about this today. I'm like, they're first to market to really really show us love on a big platform.
Let's be real. That was first to online banking, really.
Yeah.
It was like them and ING Direct.
Mm-hmm.
Says a lot. It says a lot about them.
And when we meet, I mean, we've been fortunate enough to meet some of the execs. Like everybody's on that same wave of innovation and seeing what's next and how to reach audiences that never been reached. So shout out to them.
I mean, because in my brain, it was a no-brainer. I don't know why every financial company hasn't embraced EYL. I mean, why? I'm finding it hard to understand why. And a lot of them are. Shout out to Chase. We establishing relationships with people. But I'm just saying, I would have thought that it would happen a lot earlier with every single financial institution. It was kind of mind-boggling that it took so long. So I say that to say they have to have their ear to the street, and they have to actually have some level of vision of what's actually currently happening and not what has already happened in the past for them to embrace programs like this. So, yeah.
Ian, real quick, I know you brought up Kathy and you talked about inverted indexes. Did you see this inverted ETF? So
to short her fund?
Short her fund, yeah. So it's called Tuttle Capital. The actual ticker is SARK. And so people have invested on that based on the performance of art going down. And so it's inverse, right? So when art goes down, this fund goes up. It's
I need to get that.
I don't do
Shout out to art. Shout out to the art fund.
Yeah, we gonna just keep beating it out. Yeah, but it's interesting. So it's like they created a fund pretty much inverted of what the performance of art. Crazy.
They're gonna do a documentary on art.
It's a well time. Like once and for those Stock Club, remember like last year, I was sending all these videos about Peter Lynch, right? And one of the things that he kept saying, it's hard to be a media darling and an excellent stock picker because the jealousy that comes with it. You have to realize too, like the thing that she did, and I was talking about this Saturday, like her strategy was Tesla heavy. For those of you who don't know, please go Google when she was on CNBC saying Tesla's gonna go to 3,000, and they damn near laughed her out the room. And Bitcoin was in our strategy, and then everyone copied it. That's why I tell you, this is a prime example why I tell you guys, please write this down. All my entrepreneurs and creatives, once you get a competitive edge in the market, keep your secrets to yourself. Keep them to yourself. Because if you share them publicly, they're going to take your head off with your own strategy.
The same sword they knight you with, they going
good night you with.
That's only
they like you. See, we in tandem. It's with the Zoom delay. Wait till we get in person. Don't believe me? Ask Michael. The greatest verse of all time, in my opinion.
Caesar,
see Brutus, see Jesus, see Judas.
See,
success is like a suicide.
Suicide. It's a suicide. If you reach that success, prepare to be crucified.
If you want to be successful, prepare to be crucified.
And that's why the greats, like Michael Jackson, Floyd Mayweather, get quiet. Told you, I probably shouldn't even brought up Jim, but when I brought up Jim from greatest hedge fund ever, man, the Forest doesn't even talk to his employees.
Time out. Raheem Jenkins.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
What you mean? What song is that, man? That's a corporate takeover freestyle, Jay-Z, man. Don't do that. Congratulations, Raheem. We still love you, bro.
Google.
Greatest freestyle ever.
Google.
Easily.
Arguably.
Nah, we're not even arguing. Easily.
Shout out to Hove, man.
Grammy Family Freestyle. Go check it out.
Jay-Z, man. A legend in the game.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem. Your boy going